In this video, we're going to talk about different ways you can manage your members in your membership site. So I'm logged into Invanto. I'm going to access MemberFactory. And in the membership site that I want to manage my members, the first way you can manage your members is you can choose to add a member right from this screen by choosing Add Member. And in the dialog box that pops up, you can enter the member's email, you can enable the user, you can send a notification email, you can allow them to be a free user, you can set up their membership plan, whether they're gold, silver, or bronze, or whatever membership plans you have. You can enter the transaction receipt of their purchase. You can select a payment gateway, or you can choose to have them pay offline. And you can set up the amount that they paid, and if there's any fee, you can set up the begin date of when they started and the expiration date if there's an expiration date. And then you can choose their status if they're active, canceled, or expired. That's one way to add a member. Now let's go to another area to manage members. So I'm going to go to Manage Site, and I'm going to go to the Members tab. And on this tab, it's going to list all of my members. And in this area, it tells me their name, their join date, their email, what their orders were, what their refunds have been, the progress they've made in the membership site if we've enabled that feature, the monthly average that we earn from them, their status, which means they're either enabled or disabled. For this particular member, they're enabled. And I've got some options right here. The first option is I can look at member details. And in this area, I can see a lot more information about this member. I can see their subscriptions. I can see all of their transactions. I can see a progress report on how they're progressing with the content in the membership site, including what percentage they've completed the content. I can also see contact information. If we've entered their address, city, state, country, and zip, we could see that. We can also see the total amount they've spent with us, if they've had any refunds, and even the start date of when they became our customer. So that's one of the things that we can see in the Information tab. Also, we've got available to us the Edit Member tab. So we can choose that if we want to edit anything about the member. So we've got their name, their password, their email, their country, also their address, city, state, and zip. And then of course we have the Enable button. You can choose to disable this member right here if you wanted to. The next option we have available for members is the Email Member. So if I click that, that gives me the opportunity to email that individual member. It comes up with a template that has information in there already, and you can edit any part of that. We've also got personalized tags. So if you want to add the email address into the email or the user's password into the email, you can do that by using those tags. And then the last thing we have is the Delete Member button. Now let me suggest to you to think about it before you delete a member. Right here you've got the status of the member. You can disable them, and I would suggest you doing that before you delete them. Now if you know that that member is no longer going to be a member ever, then you can go ahead and delete them. Otherwise, I would just disable them, and then when they pay their fee, whether manually or through a gateway, you can re-enable that member without them having to go through the sign up process again. Remember that you can also add a member here. Just click this button and you can fill in the information about any of the new members that you get. You can put them in manually, just like we saw before on the other screen, and then you click save when you enter all the information. This is how you manage your members in MemberFactory.